Why did Allah make human beings, and how did Adam and Eve get their name?
Why did Allah make human beings, and how did Adam and Eve get their names?
All that I know is that in the scriptures of old and in the Holy Quran, these names are mentioned. So we know that they were named this. Who named them is an open question. Did their parents name them, or were they named by God? I prefer the second option, because the way they are described, it seems that Allah gave them the names Himself. And this is nothing new. It happens. In case of, for instance, Jesus Christ, His name Isa ibn Maryam was given to Him even before His birth, even before His conception. Through dream to Hazrat Sayyida Maryam Siddiqa, His mother, angels told her that you are going to be blessed with a special child from Allah, and this is the name which God has given him, Isa ibn Maryam, and that is the name which was given to him later on. So from this we are definite that the names of some very dear people of Allah are given to them by Allah Himself. The most prominent example, however, is that of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The proof that his name was in fact given by God, although human agency was used, of course. It was some human being who gave him this name. It was his grandfather, in fact. But it was designed by Allah that this is the name which will be given to him. Long before his birth, long before the birth of his forefathers. Because we read in the Quran that his name is written in the Old Testament. That a prophet, a great prophet, by the name of Muhammad will be born, who will do this and do that. So how could his name be written in the Old Testament if it had been accidentally given to him after his birth? That means that this name was decreed right from the beginning. It was in the Allah's knowledge that this is the name he will have, he will possess. And when you read the meaning of the word Muhammad, then it becomes evidently clear that it has a deep significance. So as far as the name of Adam is concerned, that is very likely to be given by God Himself. As far as the name of Eve is concerned, I am not so sure, but that could also have been given by God Himself. The first part of your question was, your question had two aspects.
Yeah, the first part was, why did Allah make human beings?
Why did Allah make human beings? Why did you start with that question? Why didn't you ask, why did Allah make anything? Are the human being not the best of all the animal kingdom?
I don't know.
Don't you think so? Are the human beings not better equipped, better talented than all the beasts of the jungle and the other animals, dogs and donkeys?
They are.
And worms and things?
They are.
So why haven't you questioned about those minor, smaller things instead of human beings? If ever life was to be created, the creation of human being is the very best of all the life. You understand the point?
Yeah.
So the question doesn't arise why Allah made the human beings. The question should have been why Allah made anything. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Allah is the creator, it is His attribute to create. Allah is the life giver. Mohi is another attribute of His. And Allah is Rabb, provider. So all these are attributes. And the attributes can only be attributes if they are operative and they work. Can you ask a flower, why does he emit fragrance? Will that be a good question addressed to a flower? Why does he, or address yourself to a rose and say, why do you have such a beautiful red color? Why couldn't you do without it? If you like the fragrance of rose, can you ask a question, oh rose, why do you have such fragrance? Why do you have such petals, soft petals? Why do you have this shape? Because this is the making of the rose. All these things are the characteristic of rose. And if the rose ceases to possess those attributes, the rose goes out of existence. Any human being, anything in fact, has his own attributes. And everything lives by its attributes, is known by its attributes. If the attributes are withdrawn, nothing is left. Don't you know that? Have you eaten today?
Yes.
What did you eat?
Well, I can't remember. I
Pardon?
stuffed myself. I can't remember because I stuffed myself.
You can't remember what you ate at lunch, this afternoon?
Keema. Keema.
Keema?
Yeah.
Keema. Which keema? Mad beefs? Mad cow's beef? No. It was mutton?
Aloo keema.
Or some keema, okay. And how did you know it was keema?
Because my brain told me.
If nobody had told you, you wouldn't know that it was keema you were eating or dust. When you eat something, you know what you're eating because of its properties. When you talk of dead things, you talk of properties. When you talk of live things, then you talk of attributes. See? So, without attributes, nothing exists. You recognize everything by its attributes. So, Allah has the attribute of creation. So, He must manifest it. There is no question why. It's invalid. Anything who has a property, He must manifest it. Got it?
Got it.
Thank you.